Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine and an old dirt road. Are you ready to go? Well, thanks for joining us today on Live Music Nation podcast. I'm your host, Jay Gill. We're with Ashley in the North Platte Community Playhouse. Ashley, tell us how you say your last name.
Aloi.
Aloi. All right, just how it looks. Very good. Very good. How long have you been with the Community Playhouse?
I actually just started as the manager here. I've only been here for a couple of months, but I have been involved in the North Platte Community Theater here for about 9 years.
Okay.
I've done 15 shows in one aspect or another in the last 9 years.
Very, very good. So the first thing that I want to know before we get started is, so I researched you a little bit, and the first photo that came up was your shaved head. So what's the story behind? What's the story behind you and your campaign for the hair?
That was actually, I was working in an office that was, the staff was very, they had a heart for raising money for breast cancer. So we kind of every month in October set a goal, and if they reached their goal, then they got to shave my head.
Oh, man.
And yeah, so it was fun, all for a good cause.
Right. So how many years in a row did that happen?
It was just one.
Oh,
it was
okay.
just that 1 year. Yeah, it was just kind of something new and different that motivated them. And yeah, totally worth it.
Sure. So what's your background? How have you been involved in the Playhouse?
So like I said, I started volunteering here at the Playhouse about 9 years ago.
Okay.
In that time, I have been involved in one way or another in about 15 shows. We do 4 big productions a year.
Mm-hmm.
I have done everything from being in the cast to, just being a stage manager, helping with marketing, advertising, production assistant, just kind of cover all the bases.
Okay, why plays? Why theater for you?
I just have such a passion for theater. The North Platte Community Theater is just an amazing place. It's an awesome group of people. It really is like a family, it's for everyone. And you meet so many different people, all walks of life. I have been on stage with someone in their 80s and been on stage with a 6-year-old.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
And everyone in between. It's just an awesome opportunity.
Let's diverge a little bit. Let's talk about that passion. Where did that come from? What age did that really start for you? And then who do you credit for that passion?
It's funny. I did not have a passion for theater when I was a kid growing up. I was painfully shy. I never would have done anything like that. Very shy. As I got older, I always enjoyed singing or, had that musical aspect. But it was still something that I didn't really chase after a lot, didn't do, too much of it outside of like church or school.
Sure.
So really, it was just like coming to the shows here, going to shows and seeing it and thinking, I really want to try that. And honestly, once you try it, you're hooked.
Yeah.
So
yeah. How important do you think that visual aspect of actually seeing it? We hear a lot about, and I don't want to use the word manifesting or anything like that, but we hear a lot that if you can see it, you can achieve it type of thing. But for you, it was a very visual experience. You saw a play or a musical and you said, I can see myself doing that. And then once you tried it, it was over, huh?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I think that is what is so special about live theater is that, you are getting to kind of embrace characters and different emotions and expressing those in a way that, people are feeling on a different level. People are feeling that, seeing that experience through you. And it's just something that's really special.
Very cool. Very cool. Let's talk specifically about your theater. Give us a little background on the theater. How long has it been in existence and what type of productions do you guys bring in?
Sure. The North Platte Community Playhouse was actually built in 1929.
Okay.
The Fox Theater. So it has been around over 90 years.
Okay.
It was built by Keith Neville in 1929 as a movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
Over the years, then it has grown into more, of that live theater venue.
Mm-hmm.
It was given to the North Platte Community Playhouse by Keith's daughters when he passed away in 1980. So
Okay.
that's kind of how it became the home of the North Platte Community Playhouse. It
Okay.
is on the National Register of Historic Places, which is pretty cool.
Very cool. So the theater hosts not only plays and musicals, but I noticed you have had some comedy events. You've had
Yeah.
some live entertainment. What have you really seen the community of North Platte embrace? What has been successes there?
Big successes for us are always the musicals, but we try, like I say, we have 4 big productions in a year.
Mm-hmm.
Usually 2 of those are going to be musicals and 2 of them are going to be more of a straight play, just so we can get a good mix of people. Musicals generally do generate a bigger crowd for us. That's just what the community responds to more, especially if it is based, in that where kids can come and enjoy them too.
Sure.
So like we have done, Mary Poppins, The Little Mermaid, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast. Those are always really big shows that, an entire family can come to.
Very good. Very good. Tell us about some of the concerts that you've had there.
We have 2 other organizations that work underneath of us, the North Platte Concert Series and the
Okay.
Town Hall Lecture Series. They are awesome. They bring in speakers. We get about 4 speakers a year as well. That kind of, how I would explain it, almost like a TED Talk type setup.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have 4 concerts that come in a year. Generally, those are going to be like acts of people. This year, I know it's like a guy doing James Taylor.
Sure.
We have a Simon and Garfunkel group coming in, an a cappella group. So it's just always a good mix of different people. Then we do always try to then kind of fill in the gaps with something, whether that is, a musician here locally.
Mm-hmm.
Our comedy night was a great success. It was so much fun. So, we're just always trying to bring in kind of different things as a place that is right in the middle of Omaha and Denver.
Sure.
Giving people in North Platte and their surrounding communities the opportunity to see something that generally you would only see in a bigger city.
Very good. Very good. So are you overseeing all those different aspects of the theater or just the Playhouse?
No, I help oversee all of those different aspects. It's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Also, we have an amazing board that are always, working and helping as well. And like I said, this is it's a nonprofit, so it's completely run by, people volunteering their time.
Sure.
So
Sure.
One of those huge productions, has upwards between cast, crew, set designers, light, sound. You can have 50 to 70 people working on a show.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's talk business for a little bit. What are, in specific in your region of Nebraska, what are the most effective forms of advertising that you guys are able to utilize and you've seen return on?
Oh, for sure. I think obviously social media is a huge, huge thing for us.
Okay.
Anytime that you can just get out there and be relevant in the community's mind and they can, see what's going on, what's coming up. We were able to, through Nebraska Land National Bank here in North Platte, we also show movies on the weekends.
Right.
So, people are always, seeing what movies are playing, what shows are coming up, what's going on. So I think social media is a great tool for us. We try to use it as much as we can.
As a theater, and talking about the movies, did you guys run ads pre and post roll of your movies that also talk about other productions you have coming up?
Generally, we don't. We just kind of keep it. The movie side is a little more separated from the shows.
Okay.
So, we may be able to at some point tie in a show with a movie, if we're able to do that.
Sure.
But it's pretty, it's more separated.
Very good. Very good. Now you mentioned you're a nonprofit. What are some of your most effective fundraising campaigns that you do?
Oh gosh, we are always, like I said, since the building is on, I mean, it was built in 1929.
Right.
There is always huge renovation projects that need to happen. This community is amazing at stepping up and knowing that, you know, they want this building
Sure.
to be in the community for years to come.
Mhm.
We are always doing campaigns to raise money for some kind of construction or remodel. We are able to, you know, do special shows and things like that to bring money in. And it's just, honestly, we're so lucky in the community that we're in, that people really have opened their hearts to this building for years and they want it to be around.
Sure.
So.
Sure. Absolutely. Let's have a little fun for a second. So because you're more on the theatrical performance side, what's I'm going to give you two. What's the best concert, live music concert you've ever seen yourself? And also, what is the best live theater performance you've ever seen?
Oh my gosh, that's a hard one. I'm gonna have to say best live concert. Anyone who has ever been to Red Rocks outside of Denver, I mean, you can't beat that venue. So I've been there several times. Outside of there, one of the best concerts I saw was probably Mumford and Sons. They're my favorite. I would say kind of then on the other side of things, the best live theater show, I loved American Idiot.
Okay.
Give me a good rock opera, some Green Day. It was awesome.
Yeah. That's a little surprising. Yeah, no,
It is. Yeah. But you know, it was that same theater just has a way of bringing people. Like I said, there were 80-year-olds there, and there were like punk rockers with green mohawks. Yeah. And it was great.
Very cool. All right. What is a dream act or a dream production that you would love to have come into North Platte? And I love to end this question of dead or alive. So it could be anyone in any time frame. Who would you love to see there?
Oh gosh, I'm gonna have, and it just because I just saw the Elvis movie, which was unbelievable. Yep, I've got to go with Elvis. I mean, he was amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, very good. Very good. As a venue and you're looking to the future, if you were watching this podcast, but it was someone else that we were talking to, what is some information that you would want from them that you might be able to apply to make your venue better?
Something that I love is when we manage to get people to come in to the theater that have not been here for years and talking to them. You know, what is something that you would like to go to?
Yeah.
I would love to be able to kind of bring a lot more younger people in here, trying to, you know, just talk with them to see what kind of things they would be interested in seeing. The comedy night was such a cool opportunity for us because we got such a different group of people in here.
Yeah.
So it was awesome to just kind of go off of that.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, Ashley, thank you for your time this morning. I appreciate it greatly.
Thank you.
Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine.